What's poppin' world? Back at it again with another video. Without further ado, we gonna get right into it. Y'all ready to title? Let's get busy. So these are my 5 bad words, however you wanna put it, reasons of having a high body count as a male. Because we all, get the connotation or the impression that obviously a woman being promiscuous and having a high body count is frowned upon and looked at, in a bad way. And the flip side of that is to a man having a high body count, it's promoted, it's glorified. So I just want to give y'all a lot of the misconceptions or a lot of the harsh realities I feel like a lot of guys don't expose. You feel me? And I'm gonna get right into them and I'm just give y'all my opinion at the end, right? So the first one, lack of discipline, right? So when you have lack of discipline, that means you're preoccupied with chasing women, so on and so forth. Therefore, it leads you to be more distracted, leading to lack of motivation. And also as well, I feel like it stunts your growth as a man because especially when you're young, and this video is really aimed at the younger guys, like the mid, early 20s, teens, teenagers, that's coming up in the world and trying to establish themselves and a lot of things that's been at least pushed when I was around y'all ages, getting girls and, so on and so forth, like the importance of having game and, which I can see a lot of it is primal. You feel me? I get it. A lot of it is in a nature sense, but I just want to highlight a lot of the things that comes along with these realities, right? So you lack motivation, you lack productivity, and if you do have a high body count at a young age, you then become to develop a complex that this accessibility that you have towards women is sustainable. Little does a person know that the older you get, those women are going to grow along with you. You feel me? So you reach a certain age and you dating women within your age group, what they were one early 20s is going to be totally different from what they want in the early 30s, right? Hence the reason on why I feel like some men, no judgment, want to date younger because they feel like they've now matured faster. You feel me? Not matured faster, but not, they have a delayed reaction of maturity, and now they're at a point to where they can feel like they can make all the adjustments and changes that the women that were requiring at their age would have liked them to make at that time. Right. Second one, got a list here, you guys. More tolerant. You're more tolerant as far as your sexual experience. Now, what do I mean about more tolerant? Ignorance is associated with innocence. Experience is associated with tolerance. So you don't know what you don't know, meaning that if you still obtain a certain part of your innocence, you're able to bond with a woman easier because you're starting off with a blank canvas. In comparison to when you're dating a woman and you're having all these experiences, your expectations or your requirements of this woman is going to be a lot higher due to your previous experiences with your likes and dislikes. Like, you don't know what you don't know, so you you probably don't know what you really like, and sometimes that's for the best. And also as well, you can lose intimacy because you have a higher tolerance, or maybe not a higher sex drive, but just a higher tolerance of what the sex may require, right? So I'm gonna skip past that one. That was pretty much self-explanatory. Overcompensation for the substance in your dynamic. Now, what does that mean? That means that you put so much value on sex that you overlook the intangibles that a woman could really bring outside of the bedroom, right? So if she's very talented, in the bedroom, then you're gonna look over a lot of her flaws because you put so much value on sex, right? And we already know the talking points: cooking, cleaning, great personality, character, integrity, morals, self-respect, substance, so on and so forth, right? All those value systems get thrown out the window if depending on the man that lacks the discipline to value other different aspects of what a woman brings to the table, right? So that can also have you feel empty. You get bored of relationships easy because obviously if it's based on sex, then it's very brittle and easy to break. Because I feel like you could possibly always find better sex, and when you're basing it off sex, it's not of so much substance. So therefore, if it is based on substance, you don't care what's better, you care what's best, and better isn't always best. I'm gonna let y'all sit on that. So, and then also as well as you get post night clarity. So, if you haven't heard of this before, you bust, then reality sets in. Like, okay, I'm not really, I'm not into this person. I just wanted what I wanted, and now that I got it, I don't want what came along with me getting what I wanted. Right. Fourth one, right, is addiction. You could become addicted to sex, right? Once you become addicted to sex, it opens up different avenues, porn, and just like with any addiction, you feel me? You could lose yourself of self-identity because now sex is it's not always in your control, right? So depending on who's able to have sex with you and how often dictates your self identity because it's now based off of what a person can do for you. That's not always a good place to put your self identity, within reason, of course. Understand a person can have intangibles and so on and so forth and be prolific, so on and so forth, but being like that towards sex is definitely not where you want to put your stress towards. The very last one, save the most different one for last. I'll put it to you like that. Lack of needing protection. After you catch so many bodies, now I'm just saying, and I will have a disclaimer that I will say that sex affects each person differently. I'm just telling you my personal experience of this, right? But the more you have sex, just kind of go back to I would say the third point, right? When you become more, is that the third one? No, the second one. Sorry. You become more exposed to sex, then the whole wearing protection thing just becomes taboo. It's like, all right, what are we doing? Especially if you really like the person. Now you already know what all the things that come along with not wearing protection. You feel me? Kids and all the other stuff. Yeah, so you just let's keep it 100. I mean, we would like to believe everybody's in up there using protection, everybody being safe. Okay, there's some, but that's not here nor there. The point is that you become desensitized. You lose the sensation of sex because you're having it so much. And just like anything that you become addicted or you become accustomed to, there's going to be a higher requirement for it. So all I have to say is that, hey man, hopefully this was helpful to anybody, not just the young folk. But with that being said, better go back to work. Comment, like, subscribe.